Members, it's the appointed time. We have a quorum. This is the first meeting after the Chinese Lunar New Year. I wish you all the best and good health. Agenda item number 1. Information paper issued since the last meeting. It was held on the 10th of December 2024. We have paper CB-21710/2024-01. After the last meeting, the Secretariat has issued one paper. It is listed on the agenda. For the items for discussion at the next meeting, we have two documents, CB-2193/2025-01, that is the list of outstanding items for discussion, and CB-2193/2025-02, the list of follow-up actions. Let's invite the administration to join us. Yesterday, the Secretariat issued a notice. It informed members of the panel that the next meeting is scheduled for the 18th of March, Tuesday. The meeting that was supposed to be held on the 11th has been changed to the 18th of March. That is because some members might not be able to make it on time, so we'll have to put back the meeting by one more week to the 18th of March. The administration proposed to discuss these items at the regular meeting of March. 1. Food Surveillance Program 2024. And the administration also proposed to discuss the other topic together, that is the importation and sales arrangements for hairy crabs. 2. Sustainable development of pondfish culture. In our meeting yesterday with the Secretary, the Deputy Chair is very much concerned about it. We have pondfish and we also have marine fish. If members do not object, we will discuss these items at the next meeting. Thank you, member. Members, please also take note that the list of outstanding items for discussion has already been updated following the meeting held on the 14th of January. Deputy Chair and I met with the Secretary only yesterday. We discussed the work plan. Therefore, the arrangements we have come up with during the meeting will be incorporated into the list. The Secretariat will follow up on it. Agenda item number 3. Branding and promotion of local agricultural and fisheries products. There are two documents, CB-2193/2025-03 and CB-2193/2025-04. 03 was provided by the administration, whereas 04 was prepared by the Legislative Council Secretariat. Secretary, please take us through the papers. Members who would like to speak, please press the button. Thank you, Chairman. I wish you all the best in a year of the snake. Together with the director of the AFCD, I am going to take members through our work on the branding and promotion of local agricultural and fisheries products. We'd like to seek members' views in order to better support the development of the local agricultural and fisheries industries. We released the blueprint for the sustainable development of agriculture and fisheries. We aim to introduce agricultural and fisheries products suitable for development in Hong Kong, say hydroponic cherry tomatoes, as well as other food products. We have been working with fish marketing organization as well as vegetable marketing organization to open up and develop the local market. As for our next step, we will work with the local industry to further promote the development of the industries together with stakeholders. First of all, we'll have to build a brand, and the AFCD aims to develop a consumption pattern that emphasizes environmental friendliness and low carbon footprints covering different products of crops. We also aim to establish a standard as well as culture method. The purpose is to ensure that the standard is up to par. The VMO and FMO will identify more partners to promote local agricultural and fisheries products. We will also explore online and offline channel of sales. Different stakeholders are committed to improving the quality and quantity of local products so that we can tell the good stories of the brands of agricultural and fisheries products in Hong Kong. Now, I will give the floor to my colleague to take members through the paper using a PowerPoint slide. Using a PowerPoint presentation. Dr. Jim Chu, please. Thank you. In 2023 December, we released the Blueprint for the Sustainable Development of Agriculture and Fisheries. We aim to create a favorable operating environment. Apart from hardware and technical support, we want to build a brand and develop marketing and promotion. The aim is to increase the level of income of the industries, and we also want to bring in new blood to the industries. We'll adhere to the principle of environmental friendliness and low carbon footprints. We also aim to enhance the added value of the local agriculture and fisheries industries. I'd like to talk about the existing support measures. We have different schemes. Say we have the accredited farm scheme under the AFCD. We encourage farmers to adopt good horticultural practices, green crop production methods, and the proper use of pesticides to enhance the quality of vegetables. There are some 280 farms in Hong Kong that have participated in the scheme. We also have the accredited fish farm scheme, which aims to enhance the quality of locally cultured fisheries products through a quality assurance system. It helps to build a high quality and safe brand. Different standards will have to be met. On the products, there is a traceable quick response code fish tag. As of December 2024, 175 fish farms have already participated in the scheme. Aside from these schemes, we will also introduce and promote crop varieties and fish species that are suitable for local production. The aim is to improve the diversity of products in Hong Kong, and that way we can enhance our competitiveness. Species include mini watermelons, strawberries, hydroponic edible flowers, and hydroponic cherry tomatoes. We also have locally cultured giant groupers, speckled groupers, and so on. We also have lobster and depurated oysters, as well as collagen jelly. These are the products extracted from fish scales. We will take part in different events, say the Food Expo, Farm Fest, which are highly popular. Just now in January 2025, we took part in the Fa Hui Lunar New Year Fair. On a regular basis, we have a mobile lab, Local Fresh. There is also a physical store. There are a total of 100 points of sale. These are our working partners. We organize different thematic events and activities. They give consumers chances to interact with different stakeholders. Say the production concepts can be introduced to consumers directly. They can do so in the flesh. We also aim to open up the mainland market. So local premium fisheries can be exported and sold to the mainland with tariff-free concessions. We have also had a new standard, and we have signed a memorandum of understanding on facilitation of technological exchange and cooperation on sustainable development of agriculture. It was signed in July 2024. We have also signed the cooperation agreement on the requirements of inspection, quarantine, and hygiene of Hong Kong agriculture products exported to the mainland. On the way forward, we want to have a unified standard and certification for integrity. First of all, we want to build a new brand that is for safe, low carbon, and high quality local agricultural and fisheries products. We need to make sure that the quality of our products is up to par. Then we can enhance our credibility and work with local organizations and fisheries and agricultural groups so we can have a certification, testing, and traceability system. We'll work together with the industry to adopt the traceability model for the production, processing, sale, and cooking of local agricultural and fisheries products. The aim is to tell the good stories of brands. Many organizations support local agricultural and fisheries products, including hotels, food chains, as well as other large restaurants. Different activities are held to encourage the local industry to use our local products. We conduct site visits to meet with the producers. We also hold seminars and matching sessions for the F&B industry and the agricultural and fisheries industries to discuss possible cooperation opportunities and arrangements. Local stakeholders will also be able to have a taste of the quality of local products. Special food and products will be marketed, and we will enhance our efforts in this regard. In 2023, in Ocean Park, there was the Activity Eat Local public promotion campaign. The local fisheries, farms, processing units, retailers, and restaurants also took part in this scheme. It is in line with our concept of building a local brand. We believe we can achieve complementarity effect. We will enhance the recognition or level of recognition of local agriculture and fisheries products. To tell the good story of local brands in Hong Kong, we will expand this business to other industries. We'll continue to prepare high-value added ready-to-cook food product lines. In the future, under the blueprint, we hope to introduce more food processing technologies in order to prepare more processed food. We will also incorporate different travel experience, say the Agri Enjoy scheme. For example, the public can take part in activities such as pick your own crops and on-flame cooking, as well as taking part in other on-farm activities in relation to the promotion of farming education, which can in turn enhance the sale of agricultural and fisheries products. We also want to go global. We will enhance promotion in the GBA, including working with the Shenzhen International Fisheries and Seafood Expo. We will work with the F&B industries as well as e-commerce companies in the mainland. Last of all, I'd like to talk about the implementation timetable. Within 2025, we aim to set up a new subcommittee on branding and promotion under the Advisory Committee on Agriculture and Fisheries. It is responsible for advising on the formulation of promotion strategies and measures for local agricultural and fisheries products. We are also working with the local stakeholders. We are carrying out the initial groundwork, including exploring the framework of the certification, testing, and traceability system, details of collaboration and implementation timetable. We aim to strive to build the unified new brand within 2025 to 26. We will also make good use of the Sustainable Agricultural and Fisheries Development Fund and the publicity of the new brand in order to promote Hong Kong's safe, low-carbon, and high-quality agricultural and fisheries products. Thank you. That concludes my introduction. 8 members have pressed the button to request to speak. They are Ms. Rebecca Chen, Mr. Stanley Lee, Mr. Ronick Chen, Mr. Kisan Yang, Mr. Stephen Ho, Mr. Yim Kong. 4 minutes each. Thank you.
Ms. Chen Haoyan, thank you. I have to commend the AFCD because they proactively tackle the issues in the industry. For Agri Enjoy scheme, I appreciate it because the department is trying to promote local agricultural and fisheries products by means of leisure farming and fisheries products or activities. I also support the use of brand Hong Kong to enhance the market competitiveness of local agricultural and fisheries products. The department promoted local fishes and vegetables to the Legislative Council members. I think that they're of high quality. I go for grocery shopping in Kowloon City market once every 2 days. For the speckled grippers and the cherrywood smoked fish, these can only be purchased at the Food Expo or either by scanning the QR code on your website. We are mostly used to shopping at the wet market. As you only have 100 points of sale, I think that that's too few because that means that the general members of the public don't really know what local fish and vegetables we have and what their characteristics are. We have high quality products, but most housewives are not aware of them. A lot of people are concerned about food quality. Fish and vegetables that are locally cultured are of high quality, but I think that promotion and publicity are lacking. I see that you're going to set up a new subcommittee to promote it, but how are you going to do it? The price of these products could be higher. Is there ways for us to lower the price? Because we cannot subsidize local farmers or fishermen forever. Second, will we learn from Korea? Because, well, recently they have a cooking competition that has become very famous in Asia. So are we going to produce the same TV program? Apart from online sale, can the wet markets under FEHD set aside a stall for local vegetables and fish? Thank you. 3 questions, Secretary. I will ask the director of AFCD to elaborate later on. We do think that we have to step up promotion and publicity. That's why I said we must build our own brand, because local products are of quality, but they could be pricier. That's why it's so difficult for us to boost the sale. If we can build a brand for ourselves, then it would be easier for our products to penetrate the market. On top of publicity and promotion, we need more points of sale. We have to engage partners. So on the one hand, we want to establish a brand to justify the price. Second, we want to have more partners and increase our points of sale. I will defer to the director. Thank you. I completely agree with what Ms. Chan said. We only have around 100 points of sale right now, and we want to increase it. It is important for us to build a brand so that members of the public know what products are locally cultured or farmed. I think that with the certification system and the traceability model, people would be able to know if the fish and vegetables that they buy is locally farmed and cultured. And the scheme actually adds values to our local products. On the point about a promotion and publicity, I thank Ms. Chen for her suggestion. Apart from trade practitioners, we want to also engage wholesalers and retailers, as well as catering industry, to work with us so that members of the public, when they dine at a restaurant, they will be able to have a taste of our local fisheries and agricultural products. On the point about Agri Enjoy scheme, I know that a lot of people support it. Quite a lot of farmers and fishermen have joined. They have given us some feedback, and we will look into it to see how we can improve the scheme even further. We will not stop here. We try to improve the scheme. You can purchase very expensive products at Kowloon City Wet Market. I'm surprised to see that no local products are sold there. With the director of AFCD here, maybe you can try to include these products there. If I may remind members that this item is supposed to conclude at 3:30 p.m. Please observe the time limit. Mr. Stanley Lee. Thank you. I thank the administration for releasing the blueprint, and this will support the long-term sustainable development of the agriculture and fishery industry. And this will allow Hong Kong to create a brand for ourselves. As mentioned in the paper, we must build our own brand and promote our local products. We need talents in this area. For AFCD, they are responsible for pigeons, geopark, so on and so forth. Is the AFCD shouldering too much workload? Should we try to engage private marketing organizations or companies to help AFCD promote local fisheries and agricultural products? There are two marketing organizations, namely the VMO and the FMO, under the AFCD. Can they assist in the promotion and publicity? If not, should we review the terms of reference of these two marketing organizations? Some people, after traveling overseas, told me that they visited marketing organizations of fisheries and vegetables overseas to have a taste of their local products. Can we do the same? If we can turn wholesale markets into a tourism spots, then we can allow both the local and the tourists to try local fish and vegetables. As we're talking about branding and promotion in this paper, maybe we have to engage experts and professionals. Secretary. Thank you. We completely agree. That's why we said we need to build a brand and we need to establish a subcommittee on branding and promotion. That's how we engage external parties to help us formulate strategies. brand building and promotion may not be the strengths of the government departments. That's why we have to leverage market forces. I know that there are organizations and companies on the market that have expertise in brand building. We are trying to identify such partners to help us promote our local products. Now, on the point about FMO and VMO, some of their duties cannot be carried out by private organizations. So these two organizations have their own value. They help fishermen and farmers on various fronts. We try to engage marketing companies to assist us in promotion. We think that by that we can help local farmers and fishermen build a brand for themselves. And under the subcommittee, we try to engage stakeholders to assist. Director, please. I thank Mr. Lee for his question. We're not just trying to build a brand. At the same time, we're talking to different stakeholders, including experienced marketers and trade practitioners, in the establishment of a brand and a certification system. After we've built a brand, we can promote it via our partners. And these are the things that we are doing in parallel. Next, Mr. Chen Chenying. Thank you. I recognize the direction of the AFCD. I think that what they're doing will promote the business of the agriculture and fisheries industries. I have two questions. Now, the VMO and the FMO are working with suppliers through the local fresh campaign to facilitate customers purchasing local and agricultural and fisheries products. Will you let the suppliers know how many people purchase local products through the mobile application Local Fresh? I noticed that on the application, the photos of the seafood, vegetables, and fish are not that appealing, and some of them are blurred. Will you improve the photos by providing more high-resolution ones or give the consumers more details to boost sale? As mentioned in the paper, you are going to build a brand and you will work with relevant stakeholders. I think that's a great thing. What is the role of AFCD in it? Will the department become a supplier? Because FMO and VMO actually work with universities to produce pre-cooked food. How are you going to deal with these products?
취정.
Director, will you take the question, or the secretary? I'll say something before I give the floor to the director. In the future, we'll have to rely on the market to help with the promotion. After all, we want to enhance the output of the local agricultural and fisheries industries. We also want to increase the value on these products. In relation to packaging, promotion, we need the help of the market. That's exactly why we need to identify and experience partners. On brand quality assurance, the government needs to establish a quality assurance system. So in relation to production, packaging, pre-cooked food, we work with the market, and that's the best way forward. Director? Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Ronak Chan. Indeed, the mobile app Local Fresh, we do monitor it regularly. We want to keep enhancing the appeal of this mobile app. We aim to catch the eyeballs of consumers. We want to incentivize consumers to buy through the Local Fresh mobile app. In relation to the new unified brand, the Secretary made it clear that as the administration will fare well in terms of the quality assurance mechanism, the AFCD will be one of the channels of sale. For different stakeholders, we welcome them to use our unified new brand to do better in relation to the promotion of local products. The FMO has an important task. We shouldn't simply rely on the industries. In the future, we will work with the FMO so we can build more appealing brands. We also need to have appealing pre-cooked food in order to enhance the level of promotion. I had been on the VMO starting from the 1980. I had been on a board for 10 years or so. Now, do you have members of large-scale eateries to act as buyers on the board of the FMO? Well, the advisory bodies of both marketing organizations comprise members from the F&B industry. Yes, indeed, there are practitioners from the F&B industry. Next, Mr. Kisun-yang. Thank you. Thank you, the administration, for doing a lot of work in relation to agricultural and fisheries products. In relation to brand building, I am confident. Quality assurance systems, our policy, our system, I am very much confident in these areas. I believe we can draw reference from other regions. Say we have Guangxi, we also have Japan when it comes to rice. The brand of Hong Kong is of high quality. Now that we have full confidence in our products, we need to help local products to go global. Say we can promote oysters in Hong Kong as Hong Kong oysters. This will give consumers much confidence in our products. When it comes to points of sale or channels of sale, we can work with the mainland. There's a brand known for the sale of agricultural and fisheries products. It's very famous in mainland China. We can work with these organizations or partners to promote locally cultured and farmed products. We can reap great benefits from these brands or channels. It is common to see Little Red Book being used to market products. Of course, at present we target the local market, but as far as I understand, there are different promotion activities that will take place in the GBA. For a famous channel of sale, we can consider promoting these products now that we have already signed CIPA. On the promotion of brands, we need to consider how to promote these products. We work with very experienced practitioners, and this is what we are exploring. We need to work with the GBA We also work with different practitioners so that we can better promote our products. We can use digitalization to promote our products. When we have more updates, we'll report to the council. But the general concept is that we identify different partners in order to fare better in relation to promotion. In the GBA, we have developed some channels of promotion. We aim to enhance the sale of such products. Director, thank you, Chairman, thank you, Secretary, thank you, Mr. Kissen-Yang, for your suggestions. In relation to the GBA, we try to promote local agricultural and fisheries products. However, while we were doing so, we were in the middle of the pandemic. We mainly want to promote these products in the GBA, given our quite similar culinary culture. We will make good use of the promotional channels as suggested by Mr. Kitzen-Yang. We do so both online and offline. We have different working partners to promote our products, and we'll continue with the promotional work. Thank you, Mr. Stephen Ho. I thank the AFCD and the EEB for releasing the blueprint for the sustainable development of agricultural fisheries. We have SIPAs, we also have Agri-Enjoy scheme. I'm not going to repeat these points once again. We often tell the public that we promote the local agricultural and fisheries products. Products from Hong Kong, from the mainland, or from overseas are also tasty. We need to tell the public the competitiveness and the strengths of locally cultured products. They are environmentally friendly and they are also low carbon. Well, let's see how many people had food poisoning with the consumption of local oysters. In Hong Kong, we have very stringent monitoring mechanisms in relation to food quality. We need to communicate with farmers. The government gives guidelines to the industry in relation to oyster farming. That's exactly why our food is of very high quality. Consumers are objective. They can tell you whether these foods are good or not. The safety of the food is the main point. Green and low carbon footprints, the government needs to do more in relation to promotion on these fronts. I hope the administration will redouble its efforts. We'll have to have indicators of carbon neutrality and low carbon footprints. When I walk past pandas, I donate $20, for instance. Local vegetables comprise some 1/3 of all the vegetable products in Hong Kong. There's a lack of facilities in Hong Kong. Let's take a look at eateries. Why do they have to source vegetables from Shenzhen? That's why we lack cold storage houses, we lack facilities, and so on. That's because when vegetables can't be sold in 1 to 2 days, they'll have to be disposed of. When we take into account risks, we don't have the competitive edge. That's why we need to promote through the VMO and the FMO. We lack ancillary measures, we lack facilities, and that's why we couldn't do it. I hope the administration will enhance its efforts in relation to SIPAs. there is just one type of mushrooms imported from Hong Kong to the mainland. For Hong Kong to package food and export it to the mainland, the cost of packaging alone in Hong Kong is very expensive. We want to have more food exported to the mainland in Hong Kong. We need to leverage on the council's power. We have representatives of the two sessions. We need to leverage on the support. Thank you. Director? Yes, we do agree. We shouldn't market our products and sell these products in one single region, be it VMO or FMO. We aim to add more cold storage facilities and food processing facilities. In Taipo, we'll consider adding more cold storage facilities in the VMO over there. We want to enhance the flexibility of the food products in the area. This will allow us to provide cold storage and food processing in the area. We need to address the issue of tariffs. We also need to work on testing and quarantine. For products exported to the mainland, we have prepackaged frozen fish. For live and fresh products, food products like fish, we will have to continue to maintain our liaison with the relevant counterpart in mainland, say the General Administration of Customs of the mainland. Well, I have a quick follow-up. We need to export our food products to the mainland, otherwise it is difficult for us to develop the local market or the local brand. Mr. Yim Kong. Thank you, Chairman. I need to recognize the policies of the administration. I have three questions. One, towards the end of last year, 175 took part in the scheme, that is the accredited fish farm scheme, including the Northern Metropolis. The administration is committed to developing the Northern Metropolis. Unavoidably, some fish farms may have to be repositioned. So, I want to know how to strike a balance between the development of the Northern Metropolis and the agricultural and fisheries industries. How many fish farms will be taken back by the administration? The government also aims to increase the output of the agricultural and fisheries industries by 20%. On the cold chain storage, what measures does the administration have? Or are you going to leave it to the market? Next, as we are deepening collaboration with the GBA, as we are building a new brand, do you have any plans to work with the Guangdong province and the GBA to work on food processing and standards and certification testing and so on? Three questions. Secretary.
Thank you. Let me talk about the question on the Northern Metropolis and the Greater Bay Area, and I'll see if the director has anything to add. On the development of the Northern Metropolis towards its west, there are a lot of fish ponds. We're going to develop it into a wetland park system. We're not just trying to conserve the area, but we want to integrate fisheries and ecotourism. We'll turn it into a research base for fisheries development and fish farming. there are a lot of fish ponds already there. Through the Rural Conservation Fund, we try to lease the ponds to fishermen for practice. Over the long term, by establishing a wetland conservation system, we'll turn the area into a place for fisheries development. As mentioned, we're talking to the relevant stakeholders as to how we can promote our fisheries products on the mainland, especially the Greater Bay Area. We try to align our standards and facilitate import and export of fisheries products. By that, hopefully the issues mentioned can be resolved and we can export more species of fish and expand our sale network. When we have further progress, we'll report to the LegCo. As for the rest of the questions, I'll defer to the director. Thank you, Chairman. I thank Mr. Yim for the question. Regarding facilities, apart from enhancing production value of the industry, we're looking at the storage, refrigerating, and processing facilities of the two marketing organizations. The two marketing organizations cannot digest all of the products if we are to meet our goal of under the blueprint. But as the FMO and VMO are the leaders in the industry, we try to improve their facilities first. Next, Mr. Tony Chan. Thank you. I have a few comments. First, I think that the government departments tend to go for regulation and control instead of trying to understand the challenges faced by the industry and overcome them with the trade together. So I support the direction of the AFCD in promoting the development of the industry. Now, on the accredited farm and accredited fish farm schemes, I wonder how these schemes increase the income level of the trade practitioners. Because if we have such figures, then we can further promote the scheme and enhance the competitiveness of our local agriculture and fisheries industries. Second, on the use of land. The production value of farmland is usually low, and that's why a lot of farmlands in the new territories have disappeared. Apart from enhancing production value, with the implementation of the priority agriculture zone, how can we further enhance the industry value? We should make sure that the priority zones are effectively used. Can we restrict the use of land for, say, 20 years so that the land use cannot be changed for a specific period of time? This is to make sure that the agricultural area or agricultural priority area is used for agricultural purposes only. Now, on the Sustainable Agricultural Fund, in 2022, only 12% is being used. Now, the administration talk about brand building. Will we approve more subsidy for the trade? Thank you. Secretary. on the income and the production value created for the trade practitioners under the accredited farm and fish farm schemes. I'll ask the director to elaborate. Now, I don't think that is the best for us to restrict the use of certain land because we want to give full play to our scarce land resources. So, on the one hand, we try to increase the value and sale for our local agricultural products. When our products are sold well, then there will be more people who are willing to use farmland for its purpose. Second, the AFCD will try to engage interested partners for landowners. By this, we can retain the land for agricultural purposes. Thank you. As for the other questions, I'll ask the director to supplement. Thank you, Mr. Chair, for the question. Regarding accredited fish farm and farm schemes, the two marketing organizations, when they collect products from fishermen and farmers, they purchase them at a price that is higher than market value. The positioning of the local products is high-end quality products, so we don't try to compete with products coming from other places with a price. Our local products may be more expensive. That's because we want the local fishermen and farmers to have a reasonable return under the scheme. There is a balance of $700 to $800 million under the Sustainable Agricultural and Fisheries Development Funds. After we've built our brand, we will engage fishermen and farmer associations to implement or roll out projects of promotion to promote the local brand using the fund. So we think that there is enough resources under the fund to support it. Chairman, the price of the local farms purchased via the accredited farm and fish farm schemes is higher. I think that's a great thing. But I don't think that we should ask the farmers and fishermen to completely rely on themselves. Secretary, a quick reply. That's why we said that we have to build a brand for ourselves to justify the high price. Next, Mr. Chu Kok-kun. Thank you. I recognize the efforts of the government in promoting and branding our local agriculture and fisheries products. In Takolling, we have very famous watermelons, strawberries, and we have rice in New Territories. These are of high quality. But the sales volume of our local products is not as good. I think that we have to enhance the image of local products so that we can sell them in other Greater Bay Area cities or even overseas. Maybe we can introduce other species or products such as growing our own blueberries or pineapple. On the purchase of local agricultural and fisheries products, free delivery is only offered for a purchase of over $400 via the local fresh mobile app. In Cheung Sa Wan and Chun Wan points of sale, they allow free of charge self-pickup service upon purchase of, say, a few dozen dollars of purchase. Should we open more points of sale that offer low price self-pickup service? Because delivery fees is an obstacle for the customers who want to purchase local agriculture and fisheries delicacies. Director, please. Thank you. On the minimum purchase value for free delivery at local fresh mobile application, we charge it at cost because logistics fee is not low. Now we're trying to integrate different platforms under VMO, FMO, and the local fresh platform to lower the cost. And we will also try to see if there is room for us to lower the minimum purchase value for free delivery. And we'll also try to increase the points for free pickup service. For new species or varieties of vegetables and fish, well, we actually try to research into it at a research institute. The goal is to try to introduce competitive products into our city. But we could face challenges. Now, within this year, we introduced a type of watermelon for vegetables. People may be more familiar with the local organic watermelon, but we actually spent much resources into its development. Despite this, we'll still try to develop more new products. Thank you, Mr. Chu. Next, Mr. Benson Look. Thank you, Chairman. Sorry, I hope that my question has not been put by other members because I was in another meeting just now. To ensure sustainable development of the trade, there should be a great sales and a reasonable income level for the trade practitioners. We went to observe the mariculture industry in Hong Kong. And in the paper, it is said that with the new type of processing facilities, now we have this cherry smoked fish that is sold at $130. It takes time to build a local brand, and I know that the government has spent much efforts helping the local farmers and fishermen to develop these products. Can the administration share with us some figures as to how many brands, local brands, have been built and what is the production value of these local products? On the mainland market, it is definitely much larger than the local market. It's more cost-effective for us to sell our products there. I see that the administration have been trying to increase the number of species of aquatic products and vegetables that can be exported into the mainland, and also sets out clear inspection, quarantine, and hygiene requirements for aquatic products to be exported. But I'd like to know how competitive our products are in the mainland, because some practitioners told us that the cost of developing or growing mainland products is lower. Given a high price, how competitive is it for our products?
For price, I can tell you, rents are high, wages are high in Hong Kong. In Huizhou, for instance, the prices are lower, more value for money. I have many friends who work in the agricultural industries, and many of them have gone to the mainland China. That's exactly because of the competitive prices, both rents and wages. I go along with you, Chairman, Secretary. I thank Mr. Benson Look for your questions. On brands, we don't plan to introduce even more brands. At present, the AFCD through the VMO and FMO has been promoting different brand schemes. There are also other brand schemes in the market. We want to build a unified new brand comprising agricultural and fisheries products. We want to make sure these products meet the requirement in relation to environmentally friendliness as well as low carbon footprints. That's how we plan to promote Hong Kong brand products. So, as I said, we don't intend to rely on the administration or the colleagues within the administration alone to promote these brands. We aim to set up a committee, that is a subcommittee on branding and promotion under the Advisory Committee on Agriculture and Fisheries in relation to competition with our mainland counterparts. There were brands which pretended to be Hong Kong brands. They wanted to sell the products at a higher price. We are in discussion with larger scale organizations. Food products in Hong Kong are very appealing. Even if they are more expensive, people buy Hong Kong products still. That is because there is a quality assurance system. People are confident about the quality of the food products. The key is that we need to have a reputable plan, a reputable brand. We also need to have channels of sale. We'll continue to redouble our efforts in this regard. Thank you. Any more questions? Any more members would like to speak? I'd like to say something, and the administration doesn't have to reply to me. As the Deputy Chair said, in relation to the culture of products, as well as the quality of products, you are doing a great job. For watermelons, as well as speckled grippers, the administration should take leading role. It might not be that easy to undertake research. It takes a handful of steps before we can commercialize the research products. Research, production, commercial operation, all these take time. I don't pin any hopes on the AFCD or the EEB to promote local brands. There are some brands that I don't know. So how can we promote products that are not very good so people will go to buy these products irrespective of the quality? I believe that is not what we want to achieve. Quality, culture, soil. We need to monitor these areas. However, how can we make speckled grippers and watermelons a brand? Indeed, you need to talk to the business sector. I am someone from the business sector as well, but I'm no expert I'm no expert when it comes to this. So how can we move forward? How can we help farmers? How can we help fishermen? How can we help them market their products so that their products will become commodities in the market? Just now, Ms. Rebecca Chen made her point. and it is not a bad point at all. There are many vacant stalls in the wet market under the FEHD. Perhaps you can identify some stalls to market these products in the wet market. See, in January, there was a festival. It was highly popular. The crux of the matter is to make better use of existing resources, so you don't have to rent stores, and fishermen can go to these stores to sell their groupers. After selling these speckled groupers, then they will have marketed their products, and they will have also sold these products. That wraps up our discussion of this agenda item. Let's go to the next agenda item, the promotion of green burial. Let's invite the administration to join us. We have two papers, one provided by the administration, the other by the Legislative Council Secretariat. They are CB-2193/2025-05 and CB-2193/2025-06 respectively. Undersecretary, when you're ready, you can take us through the paper.
同事要求
Members who would like to speak, please press the button now. Thank you, Chairman. Good afternoon, Chairman and members. Today we are going to report on the latest progress of the promotion of green burial. Green burial is the most natural way to handle cremated ashes. The government is committed to promoting green burial. It adopts a human-oriented approach to provide services. We want to promote the concept that those who died could rest in peace, while those who stayed could be at ease. The utilization rate of green burial has gone up from 8.4% in 2014 to 18.2% in 2024. This is one of the important strategies adopted by the EEB. Applying for green burial is affordable. Procedures are simple. There is a green burial central register. The usage rate has been quite good. There are gardens of remembrances in Hong Kong. The FEHD has been optimizing its services in order to add a human touch to the services. We also aim to add a sense of ritual to these ceremonies or to the procedures. In relation to hardware, new facilities such as for the wooden sculpture artwork to for letter posting, as well as different types of ash scatterers. These offer relatives of the deceased more space. There is also the website of after-death arrangements, as well as the cemeteries and crematoria services platform. They provide more information to the public. We adopt a holistic approach to step up promotion. We enhance public awareness and knowledge on green burial, as well as their planning about their after-death arrangements while they are still alive. We aim to make more members of the public accept green burial. We will keep enhancing facilities and services. We will also promote green burial through different ways. So green burial will become the mainstream arrangements for the handling of the ashes of the deceased. We want to solicit support from the public. I'll give the floor to the FEHD to take members through the paper. Afterwards, we're glad to hear from members. Thank you, Chairman. I'm glad to report to members on the latest progress of green burial. First of all, on the screen, in the coming 25 years, we can see that the number of projected deaths will keep increasing, and the projected ratio of cremation will stand at 95%. In other words, we must provide more services in order to cater for the demand for cremation of ashes. The public may opt for niche or green burial. There are two main ways to handle ashes. One, scattering cremated ashes in the gardens of remembrance or at sea. The Undersecretary mentioned just now that in the past decade, the usage rate of green burial has gone up from 8.4% in 2014 to 18.2% last year, that is 2024. The administration has done a lot of promotional work. I will tell members what we have done. In relation to the special features of green burial, they enable the deceased to return to nature. They are environmentally friendly and the procedures are simple. At present, green burial services are free of charge, and green burial is more in line with the sustainable concept. First of all, on the facilities, we have a total of 13 gardens of remembrance in 9 columbaria in the new territories on Hong Kong Island and in Kowloon. There will be a new crematorium or a garden of remembrance in Shek Mun. These gardens are serene. There will also be trees and plants which give a comfortable atmosphere to the people visiting the garden. There are also plaques for members of the public to pay tribute to their family members who have deceased. Right now you can see the Garden of Remembrance in Tuen Mun. It is located by the sea, and we will continue to adopt this design. We'll provide gardens of remembrances in tranquil environment. There are also other green burial facilities, say Zhang Bei Chinese Permanent Cemetery, Pok Fu Lam Chinese Christian Cemetery, and Hong Kong Buddhist Cemetery in Cape Collison. They aim to provide services in this regard. Just now I also mentioned scattering ashes at sea. There are 3 waters to provide these services. Every Sunday we provide free ferry services for the public. As we can see, free ferry services are provided at the east of Tat Mun, east of Tung Lung Chau, and south of West Lama Channel. There is also a website. This website provides information to the public, and the Internet Memorial Service website allows members of the public to pay tribute to their relatives and family members who have passed away. Next, on the Green Burial Central Register, GBCR, before members of the public pass away, they can indicate their wishes for their after-death arrangements. We want to achieve the purpose of those who die could rest in peace, whereas those who stay could be at ease. Some 51,000 members of the public have registered for this scheme. Now I will tell you what we have done in 2024 in relation to green burial services. First of all, wooden sculpture artwork to my for-letter posting. For the family members who have used green burial services, they can put letters or memos into these wooden sculpture artwork to pay tribute to their family members who have passed away. We want to add a sense of ritual so that family members can pay tribute to their family members who have passed away. There is also a ceremonial room for family members to conduct simple memorial services before the scattering of cremains in the Garden of Remembrance. In relation to ash scatterers, we used to use traditional metal ash scatterer. Now we have added one more type, that is a one-off paper ash scatterer. They can write their memos, and then family members can scatter ashes in the garden. This will enhance the sense of ritual. We will also use memorial certificate and photo frame. Family members can put the pictures in the photo frames. Last November, we launched the website that is after-death arrangements, so family members of the deceased can know clearly the steps ahead. That is how to make after-death arrangements for their family members who have passed away. The website provides clear information. The first step is to obtain the relevant certifications. The Digital Policy Office DPO has worked with the FEHD, DOH, and the Hospital Authority as well as the Immigration Department to handle the procedures in a streamlined manner. There are also smart services to expedite the handling of procedures. Next, the FEHD has also launched the cemeteries and crematorial services platform. Members can make applications in relation to cremation or other services online. All these applications can be handled on this platform. In the first quarter, we will launch these application services online. In relation to comprehensive promotional strategies, we want to widen the coverage, including different age brackets, from the young to the old. We want to promote different strategies in relation to green burial. We want to enhance public awareness and public knowledge so that they will have a better grasp of green burial. They will also know more services about green burial. We will carry out life and death education so that they know this is not a taboo in society. We also work with different industries or sectors of society to promote green burial. Apart from flyers, advertisements, exhibitions, stalls, we will enhance our promotional efforts. One quite popular exhibition is green burial, green burial, love living on. We launch an exhibition that is green burial, love living on exhibition. We aim to let members of the public know more about green burial. When we are still alive, we can make arrangements in advance. Families came to the stall and our staff members introduced the concept of green burial. We told them the positive impact on the environment with green burial services. Some members of the public even registered on the spot on the GBCR. Next, the School of Life and Death Expo. Many members of the public went to this exhibition. There were face-to-face exchanges. We allayed the concerns of the public on the spot. Members of the public registered after they heard from us. The FEHD will continue to promote green burial, and we hope that it will become a mainstream arrangement in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Undersecretary and Principal Assistant Secretary. 4 members have pressed the button. Stephen Ho, Chan Hua Yan, Yim Kon, and Yang Wen-kit. 4 minutes per member, please. Mr. Stephen Ho. Thank you. I thank the administration's efforts in promoting green burial, and now the utilization rate of green burial has increased from single digit to 18.2%. Is the goal 100%? Say if the utilization rate reaches 30%, would that be considered satisfactory? Will the government try to go higher than that? I think the government need to establish a KPI, say we should reach, say, 20% of utilization rate by a certain year. If we don't reach the KPI by then, maybe we have to dedicate more resources into it. And if we have reached the KPI, then maybe we should redeploy the resources elsewhere. The Undersecretary experienced this. I'm sure people are worried if people scatter ashes of the deceased who have infectious disease at sea, it will poison other fishes in the ocean. And we also saw people throwing urns into the ocean. We've been hearing fewer and fewer of such cases recently. We have to address people's emotional needs. We should allow people to put up plaques of the deceased so that their next generation can pay tribute to them. I see that the government is working with some religious bodies, but then they're only working with them to establish green burial facilities at private cemetery. Will the government establish facilities at Buddhist temple or Christian church? For the deceased who are religious, or for people who are religious, maybe you can organize talks at the churches to promote it and allow them to register it on site. I think that's a more effective way to promote green burial. Will there be any new ways or approaches for the government to further promote green burial? Undersecretary, I thank the member for his suggestions. First, he asked if we have any KPI. As we all know, green burial requires a cultural change. For cremation, the percentage of its utilization used to be low, and now it stands at some 90%. Some 90% of the deceased opt for cremation. As mentioned, we'll try to continue to garner support from the public. Hopefully, the utilization rate of green burial will continue to rise. Second, on scattering ashes at sea, 850 degrees Celsius of flames is used to cremate ashes or cremate corpse. So no germs or viruses will be left in ashes. FEHG arrange free ferry service for family members to scatter ashes at sea, and we remind private vessels to abide by the law as well. Now, on the point about private cemetery, recently, we have achieved some progress. As you can see, Buddhist and Catholic cemetery have established green burial facilities and will continue to work with other religious bodies regarding how we can make the green burial service is more convenient, we'll follow up on that. I was asking if there could be green burial facilities that are not at religious cemeteries. You can promote green burial at Sunday church service, for example. It's very costly to build a cemetery. I understand. That's why I said that we keep an open mind. Next, Ms. Chen Haoyan. Thank you, Chairman. According to the government's figure, the utilization rate of green burial has been on the rise. With aging population and scarce land resources in Hong Kong, I think that we have to spend more efforts in promoting green burial. As mentioned by the Undersecretary, green burial involves a cultural change and it takes time. I see that you have a life and death expo. At the level of district councillors, we promote about establishing, say, a probate very often these days. Some elderly is not, doesn't really know what green burial is. They may feel that such a mode of burial is not respectful. You can't expect people to understand what green burial is just by showing them a video. And our talks on, say, the 3 instruments of peace have been very popular. Maybe you should organize similar talks at the district level. Last year, there is green burial facilities added to a Catholic cemetery. I think that's a great start. I think that we can promote green burial through religious bodies instead of just relying on the government departments. My last question. You said that you want to emphasize the point that you want those who died could rest in peace while those who stay could be at ease. But in terms of scattering ashes at sea and garden, they are the last step. The bereaved families need to take several steps before they can get the ashes back and scatter them at sea or at the Garden of Remembrance. When you talked about Digital Policy Office, you're talking about your collaboration with the hospital authority. But there is an office under the FEHD, and it operates only until 4:30 during weekdays. And not everything can be done online. You ask the bereaved families to confirm the date of cremation in person at the FEHD office. And this is set out in the Ombudsman report as well. So apart from the suggestions made by the DPO, I think that you should work with also other government departments to streamline all the procedures prior to cremation. This is very important. Thank you.
Thank you, Undersecretary. Member mentioned 3 points. First of all, I thank member for your support. Through the district network, we have been carrying out our work. We invited district councillors all over the 18 districts to visit our facilities. Afterwards, they can promote the facilities to different stakeholders. Right now, on our blog online, we promote these facilities and services. We want them to be widely acceptable. We target both the young and the old. For the future generations, We want them to influence the mindset of the old. That's why we extend our work to different age brackets. I'm not going to repeat the point about different religions. According to the suggestions made by the Ombudsman, we have implemented quite a lot of facility measures. Say we have the After Death Arrangements website. It was launched in November 2024. Regarding the Cemeteries and Crematorial Services platform, which is under the FEHD, there are two phases. The first phase was launched in late October 2024, which covered the online application for cremation services and the booking of cremation sessions. The second phase covers other cemetery and crematorium services. It will be rolled out in the first quarter of 2025. As I mentioned just now, the DPO launched the Electronic Services Platform, which covers not just the FEHD services, but it also covers the Immigration Department, the DOH, as well as the Hospital Authority. Legislative amendments are involved. That's why it takes time. Different policy bureaus and departments are following up the work on it full steam ahead. We have taken into account the suggestions given by the Ombudsman in order to make enhancement to the services provided to the public. Next, Mr. Yim Kong. Thank you, Chairman. With greater awareness about environmental protection, green burial is becoming more and more popular. There are a total of 13 gardens of remembrance in Hong Kong. I'd like to know how many deceased persons are resting in these gardens of remembrance. Do you have any preliminary conclusion on the use of green burial? What are the main factors? What is the major obstacle? This is my first question. Regarding my second question, just now I saw the views of different gardens of remembrance. They are serene, they are great. I believe the administration has spent a lot on these gardens. What is the positioning of these gardens? Are they multifunctional? Can they attract members of the public to visit these gardens on weekends? I believe there may be psychological barriers. Hence my point. If the government spends a lot of money on these gardens, we need to make it multifunctional. We need to attract members of the public to visit these gardens on weekends. Thank you, member, for your question. Thank you for your comments. On green burial, 80% use gardens of remembrance under the FEHD, and about 11% for scattering ashes at sea, 9% for using private cemeteries. For the 13 gardens of remembrance, members of the public can keep scattering ashes in the gardens. Some members of the public chose to install plaques in these gardens. Some 60 to 70% chose for cremation. Well, rather, they chose to install plaques in the gardens of remembrance. There are restrictions in this regard. However, online, they can have web pages to pay tribute to their deceased family members. We want to handle more cases as a result. The gardens of remembrance are really serene. They are tranquil. In the one in Zhangzhou, there are some tours to the gardens. There are innovative elements, say the wooden sculpture work, and they can attract members of the public. In 2025, in Shakmun, the Garden of Remembrance will come into service. The theme is still returning to nature. When we went to the Sha Tin District Council and garnered the support, they had hopes on the Garden of Remembrance. They want the public to be able to use the garden. So for the new facilities such as crematoria, when there are other demands, we will follow this direction. Next, Mr. Kitson Yang. Thank you, Chairman. I support the promotion of green burial. I am concerned about convenience. Right now, every Saturday there is scattering of ashes. Can we consider providing such services on Sunday as well? But of course, we can take it step by step. We may launch weekday sessions afterwards. For some Hong Kong people, they need to work on Saturdays, so it may provide convenience to Hong Kong people if we make it available on Sunday as well. In 2022, you launch a consultancy study on design thinking in 2022. What good findings do you have? Undersecretary, thank you, member. Regarding scattering ashes at sea, let's take a look at the past few years. We provide free services. On average, every year, there were 1,000 cases, accounting for some 82% of the total quota. We'll keep a close watch on the usage rate of these services. We'll make adjustments as appropriate to the frequency of ferries in order to cater for the demand of the public. In relation to the consultancy study on design thinking, we want to better understand the views of service users. We adopt innovative practices to promote green burial. In the paper and in the introduction just now, we reported to members. The study was completed in 2023, based on which we have launched quite a number of initiatives, say the wooden sculpture artwork for letter posting in Zhangzhou. There is also the floral farewell bags. They are made of dried flowers and recycled paper. In Zhangzhou, for instance, we have ceremonial room. In the room, family members can pay tribute to their deceased family members. We also team up with different organizations and partners to promote these services. We are following up on the suggestions from the consultancy study on design thinking. We will continue to follow up on them. I'd like to follow up on the ferry services in relation to scattering ashes at sea. Undersecretary, will you consider testing the waters by providing services on Sunday as well? At present, you only provide services on Saturday, despite the fact that at present the usage rate stands at 82%. Can you test the waters? If you provide services on Sunday as well, probably it can help you adjust the frequency of ferry services. It can provide a reference to you. Thank you. In the past, we did something similar to relevant services. For users on Saturday, we asked these users their preferences. Say for crematoria, we asked the users as well. We tried to see if there were any demands. Next, Mr. Dong Nite. Thank you, Chairman. First of all, The efforts of the administration are commendable. We can see an increase in the usage rate of green burial services. Many members are concerned about the procedures, arrangements in relation to the scattering of ashes at sea. Regarding the repair and maintenance of the Gardens of Remembrance, apart from more facilities and artwork, what exactly have you done? Some people may think more should be done in relation to maintenance. The work in relation to maintenance is not that targeted. So what measures has the administration done? The pictures you showed us just now are very tranquil. What about maintenance in the future? Can you tell us more? Undersecretary. Yes, we attach a lot of importance to maintenance. Facilities are used by members of the public on a regular basis, so when it comes to what grass to be planted, we do take these into account. As member mentioned, some Hong Kong people have views to relate to the administration. We are more than willing to hear from the public. Many people in Hong Kong keep a pet. Do you have such services for pets? Some people love their pets, so do we have green burial services provided for pets? Well, this is another topic in the market. There are private organizations or companies providing cremation services for pets. Pet owners will bring the ashes of their beloved animals back home. So this is market-oriented services. The government at present doesn't have any plan. Well, at present we mainly focus on human beings. In relation to pets, we don't have any plans at present. In the future, we may discuss this topic in the council. Thank you. I am the last member to speak. You are now promoting green burial. Well, you launch measures to encourage members of the public to put the ashes in their beloved ones or beloved family members into niches. Some family members of the deceased may not be at home. May not be in Hong Kong. So how can you vacate the niches or the urns to allow more deceased to allow more members of the public to put the ashes of their family members in the urns? Well, in completing the application forms, we provide this option for them. Say if they don't want to renew the tenancy, probably they'll want to opt for green burial. Urns and niches are renewed every 10 years. Family members can consider whether to accept this or not. Well, the government is having a fiscal deficit. But if the government can benefit from installing more niches, you may consider doing so. Well, just like my father, he made it clear that he would require ground burial. I failed to find a niche for my mother, so I arranged for ground burial for my mother as well, just like my father. So you may consider vacating niches or urns for more members of the public to put their ashes of their deceased family members. What incentives can you provide to the public? Well, you don't have to necessarily reply to me. We'll go back and study this issue. So let's wrap up this agenda item. Agenda item number 5. Any other business? No AOB for me. Meeting adjourned. Thank you.